guys, it's Ty with Ty the Dog Guy on the Daily, and I want to talk today about context. Now, context is important because a lot of people don't understand it and aren't training for it. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say a dog that sits, for example. Easy example, right? And so we have a lot of folks that come to us and they say, well, my dog's trained, he knows how to sit. And I say, okay, cool. Let's have him sit. And they tell him to sit and he won't. And the reason's very simple, is because the dog will do it under context A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So context A is the dog in the living room with a treat. Context B is the dog in the backyard with a treat. Context C is the dog in the living room with no treat. Context D is on a walk and no distractions. And so, these are all the different contexts in which the dog will sit. Now we're on context R, and this is a dog that, now we're talking about, we're in a stranger's training facility and there's distractions. Now the dog won't do it. And this is the reality behind most training. Most training that I see is the owners have only taught a few contexts. And so now when they want the dog to actually have functional obedience or obedience that works in the everyday world, they haven't taught it. And so it's important that as dog owners, we look at all the different contexts. Now, it's impossible that we're ever going to be able to go for every context possible. But in the course of training, we can hit as many contexts as possible. And if we can get as many contexts as possible and make them as difficult as possible, when that unexpected thing comes up in your dog's life, comes up in your dog's day, now it's so much easier to handle. And so that's why, like at our company, we do group sessions. And in the group sessions, we're doing all sorts of weird, like, all right, these dogs lie down while these dogs step over them. Stuff that's probably never going to happen in the real world. But the more we throw that context at them, the easier it's going to be when they're at the coffee shop and somebody carrying a baby tries to step over them, for example. And this is the type of training that we're always recommending to our clients to do, is to think of everything that might happen and just plan for it. And then in addition, plan weird stuff and plan this and plan that so that we can work the dog through these challenges. So in any case, recognize context. Recognize that unless your dog is pretty darn obedient under most contexts, you probably don't have a trained dog. You might have a trained dog in a couple contexts, but that's not really going to make your life better. What's going to make your life better is really training for just about anything you can think of.